Hello, everyone. Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of SME Roundtable session. My name is Bolanle Olairiju, and I'll be your host for today. We'll start by introducing what Pels Consulting is all about. Pels Consulting is a management consulting firm that provides services to aid organizations in achieving their growth and expansion targets. We are committed to help grow SME business. We offer SMEs the best parts to ensure the growth and sustainability of their business. So today, like always, we have amazing guests with us who will be discussing about the impact of UX design on the growth of SME. Oh, before I introduce the guest to you, I would like to first talk about UX design. You know, that overall feeling or experience that you have when someone sees your product or maybe visits your website or your software application. So that's what UX design, and I know it's going to be an interesting topic for us. So today we have our guest today is Ikenna Enyidede. So Ikenna Stephen Enyidede was born as the last child into a family of six. His curiosity for learning how stuff works drove him to learning many technical skills from a young age, which influenced his career path in tech. Starting off as a web developer, but finding his calling in making seamless design. Enyidede switched career in 2017 by enrolling in the Sultan accelerator course for UI UX design. After a fruitful learning session with Sultan, Enyidede had worked with many organizations, a few of which is still affiliated with. He now imparts all of this design knowledge as a UX UI teacher facilitator with different tech education platforms and is responsible for kickstarting the career for over 50 other designers. He loved watching movies and listening to music at intervals and also have some crazy ideas on what fun looks like. Oh, and he has a house full of cats. So let's welcome our guest today, Ikenna Enyidede.
Wow, that was interesting.
Okay, so Ikenna, you have the floor, you said.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Ikenna, as you actually said. Thank you for that warm introduction. I think I was wondering who that person was. I didn't know if it was me or something else, but thank you for that introduction. Um, Welcome everyone to today's session. And for today, we'll be talking about UX and its role in SMEs, how it helps SMEs grow. Let me share my slides so you get to see what I have in store. So, so let me share for my computer.
Oh, we can see your slides.
All right, perfect, perfect. So, user experience in the development of small businesses. So, most times I get questions about how can we use what or the role of UX. Let me use that word now. The role of UX in ensuring that this my small business scales. I've had questions like that from different sets of people, and it's always interesting talking to them about their business. It's always very interesting, very interesting. If I say that. So, an introduction. So, what I have for you for today is an introduction to UX. Why UX is important, why it's important, why we put our client first, steps on how to implement UX in your business, and we all get to see the conclusion. So, what is UX? Just as the name implies, user experience. When you woke up this morning, you felt something. When you went to the kitchen, you felt something. When you went to um, for your morning exercises, you felt something as well. When you left home to get to work, you felt something. That is your experience at play from the point where you wake up to the point where you engage in activities. Now, UX says that I want to be able to transform that experience, whether good, if it's good, enhance it. If it's bad, make it good. Now, in simpler terms, the aim of UX is to help us provide positive experiences in all facets of our lives, no matter where you find yourself. At what UX says is, I want to make sure that you have a positive experience. So when it comes to brands or businesses, how does this UX play into their goals? How does it play? An example: when a user visits your business, your website, or use your products, they feel something. Is either I'm here and their customer service is very poor, or the quality of their what I bought from this person, I don't like it. You see, whenever a user comes to that your platform, they will be having an experience with that platform. So it is left to you as a brand owner, as a business owner, to ensure that this experience that this my users or this my customers come to have, they have it at their optimal best. The quality of what you give them would form an opinion with them. That is what will decide if they are return customers. That is what will decide if they would help propagate that your business, your product, your service. It is what will determine if they tell others about it. Just imagine when you went to the movies. I watched a very interesting movie, and let's say Spider-Man No Way Home. So it was very interesting, and I told my friend, "Wow, I went to this cinema and I watched No Way Home. You should go and watch it as well." What have I succeeded in doing? I've, in a way, enhanced my experience to ensure that someone else goes to experience that same thing. What if I watch something that's very, very demeaning and bad? I don't want to experience that kind of scenario anymore. When I go back home, I will tell them, "Oh, I went to see this at this place. It was terrible. Please don't go there." This same scenario applies to our businesses. So when you are applying or you're providing the service or a product to users, your customers, ensure that you make sure they have an excellent experience with that platform, that product. Ensure they have an excellent experience there, because that is the only way that your business will grow. That is the only way that you would get repeat customers. That is the only way that you will get referrals. Very simple, but it's hard, I know. Now, I know this popular saying, customers are always right. Once treat your customer as king. The issue we have here is that most times we do not really put our customers at the forefront of our business. So when you have an idea, most people just their main focus is to get funds to start. Their main focus is to get funds to start. But your focus should be how this idea would resonate with my users, with my customers. Is it something they actually want? Is this something they actually want? Which brings me to my next slide, PiggyVest. I know many of us have heard of PiggyVest. I use them. I think I started using them from 2017, I believe. It was quite interesting using PiggyVest. Now, in 2021, PiggyVest paid about two 2.242 billion naira to its customers. So even in time of hardship, in time of economic turmoil, people still have this much to save and with just one platform, it means that they must be doing something different. Some people would rather take their money from the banks and put it in platforms like this. Why? Why do you think this platform generates this large amount of numbers? Why? Because of one thing. They paid attention to what their users they paid attention to what their users want. They paid attention to what their customers want. They didn't just build something out of the blues. They listened. They listened, they did research. Now, Piggyverse came out and said they want to provide financial management to people free of charge. You can save money, you can invest. Now, one thing about financial management is that when people find it hard to save, and not just save, people find it hard to save recurrently. So when I save this month and I think of saving next month, no, I don't want it. Then I just use the money for something else. Now, Piggyverse understood this because of their their research into what the users, into the behaviors of their users, of their customers, or their potential customers. They did a lot of research into that behavior, and they came up with something that will help them in the in managing their finances. So now I can save save seamlessly. I don't have to think about um, wanting to save next month because I can automate my savings. I can automate it, and once it gets to that point, I save automatically without me knowing it. I already just receive an alert that I've saved. You see, now this is not something that came out of the blues. It's because of this business looked at a very big aspect of their products, the users. You see, the users or the customers, they form the focal point of every business. If your customers are not happy, your business will go down. When you want to get new customers, you need to ensure that what you're building is what these customers want. Now, another example would be Skype versus Zoom. During the pandemic, Zoom recorded an influx of new users. Now, there was Skype. So everybody knew Skype. I think back from the Yahoo days, where Yahoo was popular, people made video calls with Skype as well. Now, what did Zoom do that made people troop into that platform? They provide a way for you to record meetings. They ensure that you don't have to create an account before you can join a meeting. They had a lot of features. Then it now made it easier that I do not have to leave my house to go to meetings. During the pandemic, it was quite interesting because people could not go out. People spent most of their time indoor. So Zoom, because of the usability of Zoom, I use the word usability, something that's easy to use. Zoom is very easy to use, just one click and you're in a meeting. Because of how easy it was for people to use Zoom, people trooped over to Zoom. The fact that um, it saves data as well. The amount of data you would get to use on Zoom to attend meetings, to make calls is very low, which means that those who are conscious of their funds, their data, it will be a good option for them. Now, all these things did not come out of the blues, like I mentioned earlier. It was due to market research. It was due to research into the people who are going to be using this platform, their customers, their users. Behind every successful business is a deep empathy for its users. You need to figure out what your users want to solve. You need to figure out that problem that they are finding it difficult to comprehend, then prefer a solution to it. Like I said, most times, many SMEs come up with the product first. They come up with the product first before going into research to see how the users would interact with the product. Some don't even do research; they just come up with the product and hope that this my customers, my users, will be able to use it. But now the first focal point for you as a business owner is to do research into the people who are going to be using your products, who will buying from you. Either you have a physical store or a virtual one, a website or a mobile app. Do research into the customers, the users who will be using your platform, who will be coming to visit your marketplace, your store, your shop. It is when you do this that you have an idea of how best to cater for these customers or users. If I would mention GoCada, when GoCada came into existence, they were a ride-hailing platform. They looked at the users. People had issues with traffic. The traffic congestion was very high. So people had issues with that. They were running late for work and for appointments. So this business saw this need and came up with a solution. Let us create something that will allow these users to get to their workplaces, to get to their meetings on time, even with when policies changed. They looked at another angle. Okay, people get to buy things every day. How can we use this our existing business to serve them? Then Gokada became a, a logistics company. You see, at every given interval, they were looking at the needs of their users. What do your users want? What do your customers want? What do they want? That question alone would help you figure out the best way to build something that they would use. The client would always come first. Now, when one customer is satisfied, it brings room for more customers. Like I said, one of the best ways to push your business out there is through word of mouth. Now we know we do adverts, we go to social medias and create ads. But one of the best ways to get people is through word of mouth. When is satisfied customers go out and preaches the gospel of your business to other people. Oh, I use this company, they were wonderful. I was able to save money seamlessly, and they have good interest rates. You see, just because of that simple statement, one person will say, okay, let me try them out. Let me see what they have to offer me. And if what has been preached is actually true, that person does the same thing to the next person. Before you know, you have thousands and millions of customers on your products. So whatever you get to do, whatever you want to create as a business person, make sure that your customers, your users, are your focal point. They are at the forefront of your idea. Now, in conclusion, or let me use, okay, at this point, how to implement UX in your business. Even though I talked about this briefly in each of these touch points, I'll talk about how to implement UX in your business. Like I said, the main purpose of your business should be to make lives easier by providing value. The keyword here is value. So these are some steps that you can follow if you want to implement this UX in your business. Do market research. Very important. Do market research. Create a feasibility study. This research would help you figure out if your idea would work. Another point is constantly get feedback from new and existing customers. When you do something, always ask feedback from people. Just like when I get to instruct, at the end of my session, I get to ask, how was the session? Is there anything I can improve on? You see, this way I get feedback that will help me in my next session. The same way it will help you as well as a business owner. When you perform a service, after that service has been rendered, ask this your customers, your users, how was your service delivery? They should give you feedback. Now, this feedback will go a long way in making sure that you improve on your service delivery on the next one. Now, provide the easiest solutions to fill the gap. Now, most people are very should I say, obsessed with providing something very complex. Now, if I point out Dangote, his solutions were simple. People needed to eat. Salt, very simple. Sugar, very simple. Flour, very simple. You see, if you can provide the easiest solutions and you do it consistently, you are on your way to creating something magnanimous, something huge, something big. So provide the easiest solutions to fill the gap. You don't have to do something very extreme, something big. Simple is very important. Yes, simplicity, easy. It doesn't have to be complex. You don't have to create something that makes people disappear before they come in line with your business idea. And also listen. The last one, when customers give you feedback, ensure that um, you listen attentively and try and implement this feedback in your product, in your services. Customers typically know what they want. Even sometimes they might not know how to phrase it. They do know. We all know we want ease of business, ease of doing things. So when you provide a solution to them and they have one or two inputs, listen to them and try your best to try and inculcate or incorporate that feedback into that product or service. In conclusion, when people have a bad experience with a business, they either abandon or slander the business. They either abandon or slander it. Now, we know most business tend to want to make profits. Now, making profits should not be more important than ensuring that your users, your clients, your customers have a good experience with your products, because that will be in retrospect, that is going to be in retrospect, making sure that this revenue that or this profit comes, because without your user there's no profit that you're going to make. No user, no profit. No user, no sales. No customer, no sales. So ensuring that these customers have the best experience in your product ensures that you as a business make profit. So when you lay emphasis on their experience, you not only get customers, but you also retain them. Good UX plus premium ads equals sustainable business. And that is it for me. Thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to throw them at me, and I'll try my best possible to respond to every question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ikenna. It was really a great session. I have like my notes full. But one take home or some of the take home I have for me is whenever you're creating a UX, what you should have in your at your mind is what my client wants. What exactly does my customer wants? What is client first base? What exactly do I want my customer to feel when they get to that page or when they get to my website? Yes, thank you so much. I learned about
Perfect.
market research, cause constant feedback. Make sure that it's simple, simplicity always wins. Yes, thank you so much. I don't know if you have
Thank you.
questions, so we could ask some
Thank you.
questions around it. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Ikenna. It was a great session. Thank you for coming for this
Thank you for
SME
having me.
roundtable. I learned a lot, and I know our viewers also learned one or two things from it. Like I said, take home for me is clients first, and what's it? It's client base first, and like you ended it good UX plus premium art equals to sustainable business.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the session and the opportunity to talk about this.